Sal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. We hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay, and every inch of the way we know, from Albany to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. You'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal. If you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal, we'd better look around for a job, old gal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. You bet your life I wouldn't part with Sal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. Get up there, gal, we've passed that lock. We'll make Rome for 6 o'clock. So one more trip and then we'll go right back home to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. Once a man named Mike McGinty tried to put it over south. Now he's way down at the bottom of the Erie Canal. Oh, where would it be if I lost my pal? 15 years on the Erie Canal. I'd like to see a mule as good as Sal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. A friend of mine once got sore. Now he's got a broken jaw, 'cause Sal let fly with her iron toe and kicked him into Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, I've the finest mule in town. If you're looking for trouble, better stay away from Sal. She's the only fighting donkey on the Erie Canal. I don't have to call when I want my Sal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. She trots from the stall like a good old gal. 15 years on the Erie Canal. I eat my meals with Sal each day. I eat beef and she eats hay. She ain't so slow if you want to know. She
Richardson Canal was a stagecoach stop even before the Erie Canal was built.
Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, I've the finest mule in town. Eats a bale of hay for dinner, and on top of that myself tries to drink up all the water in the Erie Canal.
Low Bridge, everybody down. That's a trademark of the Erie Canal and probably of New York State. I think it's our trademark too, as we travel across the state, going under more than 200 bridges as we go from Albany to Buffalo. Mid-Lakes Navigation Company, a small boating company in upstate New York in the village of Skaneateles, New York, started its operation about 20 years ago, delivering the United States mail. And from that, they enlarged their operation into the city of Syracuse, which was on the Erie Canal, and began carrying passengers from Syracuse to small towns like Baldwinsville and Brewerton, and now cover all of New York State. The boats are no longer wooden. The boats are now more modern, and the company is even building a new steel boat, which will go into service in about 4 months. When you begin to get interested in water, you get interested in all kinds of water. Water in small ponds and lakes, rivers. And that's what happened to Mid-Lakes. As it began to take its people across New York State, the interest that they exhibited was infectious to the crew and to the company. And their interest made them want to know more and more about it. We have gathered together some information to present on the waters of New York State. And in order to do that, we will take you not only through the canals of New York State, back into the history of the state, but we're going to take you also to England, which is where the roots of all the canals and waterways began, in the this country. It has been an exciting project. It's taken 2 years to do and has wound up with us building boats like this to go in the canal system, as well as restoring the old wooden boats that we have today. One of the purposes of a film like this is to preserve an integrity, to teach a child, to let an old person, a retired person, experience memories. It is to excite across the state that the waterways that go by their town, like Fairport and Pittsburgh and Schenectady, that those waterways are alive and they are an asset. The canals in New York State are what we would consider the hidden asset of the state. And in the last 4 or 5 years, there's been an awakening across New York State, and fishermen have come, and joggers have come, and tourists have come, and historians have come. As we've been working on this tape for the last 2 years, it's always been a question of why and who's going to see it. Well, like a lot of things, we don't really know. But we think that the canal and the history of the state are so important that they should be documented, and we've endeavored to bring to life the waterways of New York State for school children, for historians, and for just relaxing and getting a little bit of history. The waterways of New York State are alive. This 160-year-old canal is probably just beginning a new career. We've been on it for a generation, but there are 20 generations that preceded us and probably 20 generations that will follow us. It's just been a great piece of my life to be able to have taken so many people across the state and introduce them to their own heritage.